Hello my friends and welcome back once again. In this episode, we look into the captivating world of the Luyia chicken related taboos. So let's explore the ancient stories and wisdom behind these interesting customs. So as usual, sit back, relax, and please watch the video till the end. That said, let's get started. So ladies and gentlemen, these are also known as the do's and the don'ts of the chicken according to the Luyia culture. So with me I have a list of them, some of them, and I haven't exhausted because there are too many. I only went for the major ones, and let's get to know them. The first one says, the chicken that is normally slaughtered when starting life in a new house, or the chicken that normally forms the very first meal in a new house. This chicken must be served to the brothers and even neighbors. Without doing so, it is an indication that you are turning yourself into a selfish person, and you live in this new house as a very mean person. The second one says, an egg laid for the very first time by a hen is never hatched into a chick. So this egg should not be given to the hen during incubation. This egg should just be eaten immediately after being laid. The third one says, a pregnant woman should not eat eggs. Pregnant woman should not eat eggs. By eating eggs, the pregnant woman may end up giving birth to the baby who is covered with feathers on the body. Eating eggs during pregnancy may lead to the baby being born with feathers on the body. The fourth one is that the chicken that is normally served wholly. This chicken that is never cut into pieces, normally served to the brother-in-law. This chicken must be served while facing up. So when you are a visitor and you are served with the chicken, this kind of chicken facing down, it is an indication that even though you are there, but you are not wholeheartedly welcomed. Same is applied to the gizzard. The gizzard must always be served while facing up. The inner side of the gizzard must actually face up. The fifth one is, never mix chicken meat with any other meat during cooking. By doing so, you will be sweeping away wealth within the homestead. The sixth one is, never wash your hands with soap after eating chicken meat. By doing so, you'll be washing away the lack of chicken rearing. The seventh one, the chicken that is normally slaughtered during the ritual of welcoming parents to start eating in your home. There is a ceremony that is normally performed after you have moved from your father's homestead and establish your own home or build your own home. You have to perform this ritual so that your parents can eat in your home. So the chicken that is normally the bones of the chicken that is normally used to perform this ritual must not be eaten by dogs or any other animals. When the dogs eat these bones, or any other animals eats these bones, may lead to the bad blood between the daughter-in-law and the family. The daughter-in-law may view the family as dogs or animals. So these bones must be kept away, or should not be eaten by the dogs or any other animals. The eighth one is, as a housewife, when you find the chicken lying between the cooking stones, Amaika, it is an indication that your husband is planning or is about to marry another wife. When you find the chicken sleeping between these cooking stones, it is an indication that your husband is planning to marry another wife. Number 9, never separate the fighting chickens. Here we have 2 reasons as to why you shouldn't do this. Separating the fighting chickens is like blocking the visitors. Remember, when 2 chickens fights, especially when 2 cocks fights, it is an indication that the male visitors are coming. So separating 2 fighting chickens is like you are blocking the visitors. Another reason as to why you shouldn't do this is that you will be weak. When you separate 2 fighting chickens, you will be weak and you will be beaten by your age mates. Just like cooling ugali, when you cut a piece of ugali with your hand, ohumeka. The word ohumeka is cutting the piece of ugali. Actually, it is from this that we got the name Kakamega. Kakamega is saying that someone has cut ugali. Kakamega, it is a Maragoli word for someone having cut ugali. Kakamega. Those are the Maragoli. Other Luyas would have said hahameka, which is an indication of a somebody has cut piece of ugali. So when you cut a piece of hot ugali, you are not allowed to cool it by blowing it. By doing so, you will be weak and you will be thoroughly beaten. So never separate the 2 fighting chickens. 1, you are blocking visitors. 2, you will be weak and you will be thoroughly beaten by your age mates. The 10th one, when there is an ailing person at home and chicken suddenly forms into a flock and start making a lot of noise moving up and down, it is an indication of a looming disaster. Okay, they are mimicking how normally people mourn their loved one after passing on. So it is an indication that the medicine that this ailing person is using is becoming weak or losing power. So what you should do, you have to rush to the granary and pick some grains, then calm the chickens down. When they calm down, it means that the medicine actually has gained the power, and the person using, or the ailing person, may get well soon. The 10th one is the cock growing outside its timeline is considered to be possessed with evil spirits. The normal growing time is between 3 a.m. to somewhere around 5 to 6 p.m. in the evening. So anything outside that is wrong, and the cock that normally crows outside the timeline is normally slaughtered. Okay, it is actually slaughtered to prevent it from causing harm among the family members. Chicken feets. Boys are not allowed to eat chicken feets. We have 2 reasons here. 1, they will bleed a lot during circumcision, and 2, they will turn themselves into rumormongers, moving or wandering around the village, picking and spreading gossips. So because of that, boys should not eat chicken feet. The 12th one, boys are not allowed to eat the chicken heart. By boys eating chicken hearts may end up being cowards. And the 14th one, boys are never served, or boys are not allowed to eat the wing tips, these end tips of the wings. Okay, so when serving boys with the wings, you have to cut off the tips. And here we have 2 reasons as to why that one should happen. The first one is that guards will never accept them, and the second one is after marrying, they may end up being poor performers. The same also happens to the fish tail. the tail of the fish should not be served to the boys, because of the same reason, poor performance. So it is believed that the tail and the wings of the chicken normally shakes in a very weak way. So by boys feeding on these or eating tips, wing tips and fish, they may end up shaking during performance. So because of that, boys are not allowed to eat the tips of the wings and also the tail of the fish. Finally, never bury the dead chicken. Never bury the dead chicken. It is believed that a witch or an enemy could feed your chicken with some killer herbs. So when the chicken is dead and then you bury it's like you are completing your bewitching by yourself. So because of that, chicken should not be buried. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video, and chicken series continues. We meet in the next video.